Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello people and welcome to Footy Judge Mo. Liverpool steal the game last night, of course, against Newcastle. We spoke about this. But there is a bid incoming for Alexander Isak that is probably worth between 135 and 140. That is coming your way, of course. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Arsenal with Gyokeres. Martin is here, of course, after the Arsenal smashing, of course. So what are we talking? How is it? Why there is an echo coming in? It's not from me. Anyway, it's good. Hit that like button, people. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, of course. Let me know your opinion in the chat. Let's get the likes up, guys. How's everyone doing? You're feeling all right, huh? Good. Liverpool fans are happy with the performances. Of course, you guys are smashing the league left and right. Best team in the league.
The performances hold fire with the performances. I'm happy with the results.
Are we like making overarching statement about Liverpool for real? Are they like the best team in the league? They are great. They are fantastic. And all of this was just not true.
I think they're a little bit emotional, you know. They're what they say.
You know, I think it's because of the transfer window. You know that it's because of Wirtz. It's because of yeah.
But you can't be like losing and then relying on last minute goals. You know.
I'm sorry. Craig Hope just tweeted 17 seconds ago that the offer for Sam Larson had just been rejected again.
For who?
For Strand Larson.
His
price went up.
Can't get players, huh?
They can't get players, bro.
They'll get him. They'll get him. They'll get Larson.
But that has nothing to do with Alexander Isak. That has nothing to do with Alexander Isak.
More. I want Mark Wakey more right now. I ain't got a problem scoring goals.
Oh, man. You don't. You have arguably the striker of the league. Ekitike, bro. He's the truth.
What I say last week? I got hounded last week about how good this guy is. He is an exceptional footballer. I think he didn't have the best of overall games against Newcastle, but I don't think many people did. But the one thing I want from my players, especially my forwards, if you're not having a good game, at least produce something. And he did it. He's shown both aspects of his game in the last 3 matches. His link-up play, his ability to dribble with the ball, his directness, his shooting capabilities, and what he can do if he doesn't see the ball a lot. Like his movement off the ball is very good. And if you need a time where you just need to take a snapshot finish, you saw against Newcastle, bottom corner, off the post, you can't really ask any more that finish. Like, he so far has been arguably one of the best signings so far. You can't ask any more of a striker when he has 100% conversion rate of goals in every game. So very good start. I'm looking forward to seeing more of him. There are other players in the team that do need to step up their game, but we'll get to that later.
Ekitike's dog. Ekitike is fantastic.
Ekitike's had 5 shots at Liverpool and he scored 3 goals. Like, there's not really much else you need to say. I think he's had less than 60 touches in his last 3 games. Like, he doesn't really get the ball that much either, so he's not massively heavily involved. But what he does is it's so key to what we're doing right now. Like, he gets. That's the
why
ball.
I think it's unfair to him if you get Isak and bench the guy. To be honest, I think it's really unfair.
If we get Isak now, I don't actually think he's going to get benched. Like, I think Isak's probably going to take about a month or 2 to even get into the Liverpool team.
He hasn't even had a fight for his place, huh? Because I make that point because when we were talking about Gyokeres, Susam's made a big point about how if we were going to get Gyokeres, he'd have to I said he'd have to fight for his place in the team above Havertz. So, when you got an player in form and you buy a new player, yeah, they've got to work for it. So I was just making a joke. I'm sure it'll be fine. And the good thing about Ekitike is the big question mark was his finishing. Everyone knew his all-round game was solid and was very tricky, but he still didn't clock up a lot of goals for that in the other seasons. But yeah, it looks like for now at least he's very clinical. We'll see if that continues.
The thing about it is that he's not only clinical. Like, in my opinion, he's like a better player than other strikers. Like, I see him better player than Erling Haaland. He's a better player than Gyokeres. He's a good football player. Passing wise,
we've seen this before, right? Jesus,
what do you mean from who?
Jesus is a very good football player, but
Jesus is not as good as a finisher than you.
Yeah,
his finishing is great.
So you just confirmed my point. It's all about the finishing, and that was the thing that was.
It's not only about the finishing. How is it only about the finishing?
That's what you just said a second ago about Jesus not being a good striker because it's about the finishing.
Yeah, but Ekitike's finishing is good. We have seen it.
I mean, 5 shots and 3 goals. That says a lot.
Yeah, but seriously, we have seen Ekitike finish and
not prolific
he
numbers.
Looks good.
Did he get 13 in the Bundesliga? Is that it?
Because he don't play like with the striker. Again, I believe that at Liverpool.
But you have to use context. The way that they played at Frankfurt was a lot different at the start of the season compared to what they were the second. I mean, if you did watch Frankfurt play, he was almost playing.
No, I heard the same stuff about Sesko when I bragged Sesko, and everyone's like, "Oh, he only scored 14 goals in the Bundesliga," and then I was like, "Well, he only doesn't play as a lone striker." Like, I don't see the same energy for different players, so that's why I call it out. Especially
but when Mamouche left, that's when he was asked to be the main striker, and he did play as the main striker, and he did get a decent amount of goals as the main striker. People will bring up the XG stats. The guy's not a very good penalty taker, and I never said he was a great penalty taker, but he's missed I think he's had 2 penalties this season, and he's missed both of them. So that would significantly skew that XG chart because
his XG.
0.7 is a penalty. 0.7 XG is what a penalty is. So I think that would, if you drop it down, it will be around about par or just a little bit over in terms of his XG to actual goal ratio. So he is a decent finisher. I'm not saying he's the best finisher, I think, but you can see from what you saw in the last 3 games, he has the fundamentals and he can improve. He's still only 23 years old. So I think so far, I've been very, very impressed with him. The conversion rate that he's had so far, 5 shots, 3 goals, I can't ask any more of him. Like, I can't ask him to score hat-tricks every game.
We need more data.
The thing about Gyokeres, you didn't sign Gyokeres to score goals against the top 5 teams. Arsenal don't have a problem doing that. They signed Gyokeres to be a flat track bully and to beat the teams that you normally drop points against, which are the lower ranked teams. That's an Arsenal trait.
I scored him to score.
And you signed him to batter those teams, and if that's what he's going to do, then you've got a good signing. And so far, so good. He scored 2 against Leeds. They got beat tonight on penalties by a championship.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah.
They lost on penalties?
On Tuesday.
Well,
Today, right?
Today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not waffle. Look at his numbers. He scores a lot of goals against lower ranked teams.
Who, Gyokeres?
Yeah, it's fine now.
Yeah, I'm not worried about him for now. I think there was the question marks over the new strikers that came in with Sesko, Gyokeres, Ekitike, and I guess whoever Newcastle end up getting because they're going to need a striker.
Think about it. Do you want honesty? I'm not actually. Gyokeres is a good striker, but I don't know. Like his touch of the ball, his movement is okay. I watched him. He looked like I watched him against Man City. I watched him against Arsenal. He looked better than this. Like, I don't know, like he looked at a better touch, better hold up play, like better turn, you know, like watching him, his first touch, you know what I mean? Like the ball doesn't drop dead, you know, like it's just not that as good, you know. I don't know. I'm maybe very harsh on him, but I'm like,
I think aesthetically he asked for it. Like I called him Shrek when I first saw him dribbling in a comp, and I was like, I can't believe we're going to try and sign this guy. But that's why I wanted Sesko, because he seemed to have like a higher technical level. But
Sesko, another guy that moves around like a broom, you know, like just, you know, like he moves around like another guy that is not great.
It's like horses for courses, right? Like Arsenal, for like 10 years there, we tried to pass the ball into the net, and now everyone wants to like play beautiful football and score open play goals, but that stuff didn't matter when we were doing that all the time. Now we're scoring set pieces and we've got an ugly brute of a striker, and I actually kind of like it. It's like a nice change from what we know, you know.
But you aren't playing to his strength.
Well, we can't. Yeah, it's been 2 games and he had no preseason.
Like even last game, yes, he scored. He scored when you were like 2-0 up, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't like already leads are
Does that
out.
change a goal?
No. It's like what I mean by that. That is not how Arsenal will play every game.
Arsenal got a set piece in.
No. My point about this, and people need to understand this, like he scored when you passed the ball and Leeds were pressing and he had spaces to run in, and then the defenders came on and then he dribbled them, right?
It was a big hoof up the field, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not hoof. No. It was a pass.
It was like a miss.
It was a pass. No, it wasn't a miss pass. It was a pass to the channel in the space, and he knew that he's gonna run. Yes, it's Calafiori.
I thought it was a bit of a
yes, yeah. No, it wasn't. Calafiori played it to the channel for him.
I thought it was a shank.
It was a blind first time pass over
it was
his shoulder.
A pass. It was a pass off the training ground. But my point about it is that in the first half, when Arsenal were pressing, he didn't get a sniff. He didn't play to his strengths. He didn't get a chance. He completed 1 pass in the whole half. Like he wasn't even there.
We were too tentative with the first time pass. I think there was too many touches happening in the first half. It was like, 2-3 touches and then the chance is gone. You've got to like hit him first time and then he has a chance with a bit of time to do something. Otherwise, it's split second and the moment's gone. But Odegaard got injured like 12 minutes into that or something like that when he landed on his shoulder, and he was crap for the next 20 minutes. So that's most of the first half. But I still think people are jumping to too many conclusions. Obviously, last week was Manchester United and everyone was like, oh my God, he's the worst striker in world football. So at least we've come up a rung. He's got 2 goals. He scored a cracking penalty, which I love to see. Because
I like the penalty, by the way. I liked it.
He's got that confidence. He's got like a serial killer vibe about him. He doesn't really care about it like anything else except scoring goals. So, yeah, we needed something different from what we had already, which is too many wishy-washy technicians with no finishing. So I'm excited to see where that goes. But so far, the biggest issues with new signings, I'd say, would be Wirtz as far as value for money. I'd be most worried about what he's able to do so far in the Premier League and what people are going to let him do. But people don't want to talk about that as much.
I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm worried about it. Obviously, I'm a bit disappointed. Obviously, seeing him firsthand for the last 4 years. But again, I will still maintain that I said this on the terrace. I'm not worried. I expected this to happen to an extent. I didn't think he'll go and put in a stinker like that. But it's a guy that's come into a new league. And has realized that you don't have that much time on the ball, especially as a number 10. If you're trying to occupy pockets in between the midfield and the defense, you are literally going to get hounded by 2 players. That is how this league works. And he's never had that in the Bundesliga. He's never had that. He's probably the only closest thing he's probably had is only 1 player coming up towards him. And 1 player is easier to get around than 2. So I'm not worried about it. The one thing I'm a bit annoyed about is when he does pick up the ball, he doesn't rely on a lot of instinct. At times in the Bundesliga, he used to be very instinctive, being like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to play a through ball. I'm going to take a little turn and get into the box. To this, from what I've seen the last 2 games, he's been a little bit like, I want to try and be precise. I want to try and make sure I know what I'm doing, kind of thing. As a 10 in the Premier League, you got to be a little bit instinctive. You got to be like 2 steps ahead of the game. But again, these are stuff that you have to you learn as you get on. Like I remember Mesut Ozil, when he first came to the Premier League, did not look good.
No. He had an assist in his first game against Giroud. He set Giroud up with a beautiful. No,
but if you're telling me that it was the same levels of Ozil at Real Madrid, it wasn't.
I don't think you picked a good example because Ozil went high and then he tapered off. But almost every other 10 in the Premier League suffers from the fact that as soon as they get the ball, they've got someone coming at their legs from one side and they've got someone coming at their neck from the other side. And if you don't make that instinctive first-time play, as you were saying, like reflex, you're going to get chopped down. You're going to lose the ball. And, we saw it with Fabio Vieira when he came in. Everyone was excited about him. He could barely get a pass off, let alone, think about where he's going to kick it.
No, but I think is this for this one, I think he's trying, I'm only saying what I'm thinking he's trying to do, but I think he's trying to be a bit precise and trying to be safe with his passing, trying not to make any mistakes, which for us as a number 10, you can't do that. You're a most creative player. You need to be a little bit more instinctive. You need to be a little more risky with the ball as well. And for the first time, we're actually playing a system where we don't rely on our right winger. We're playing with a number 10.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think that's the biggest problem with Liverpool. It's the actual tactics. Because the last time we played with a number 10...
No, I thought honestly the G is the best coach in the league.
No.
Oh, he's not?
Players need to climatize.
Oh,
I
just saw that.
No. You decided to say it, so I'm just
asking the question.
I'm
asking the question.
If you weren't a fan of Szoboszlai last season, right? As a number 10, correct? Yes, yes. You weren't a fan of Szoboszlai last season,
stuff, mate. But go on.
It was okay. You won the league. You won the league.
Szoboszlai individually as a 10.
On number 10,
no, he wasn't a 10 now, but you don't have to be with a 10.
Beyond the strikers.
Are you, Mac? Can you hear us?
Liverpool.
Mac.
For a long time.
You hear it? You see?
What?
Something is not. Is there a lag? Did you feel it?
Me?
Not you. Okay, Mac. I'm sorry. Right, because Ram and me were asking. He was asking me a question. I was just trying to answer. But...
No, so the Wirtz thing, I think it's more about tactics. Like, we need to get used to playing with a number 10. And also, Wirtz hasn't played with our number 9. All the
excuses in the world.
And that number 9 is a different type of number 9 that we're used to having ourselves. Because he's not a pressing number 9. He's not like a target man. He's a bit of jack of all trades because he's kind of like a unicorn. So he needs to get used to playing with him as well. It's the second game. And the Newcastle game, they had 5 in midfield. Like, they just gazumped us. Like, we couldn't do anything in that midfield. We were gazumped. And they eat every midfield up, that Newcastle 3. They eat all the midfielders. They do it in every single game. And the Bournemouth game, he wasn't that bad. Like, you could see what he was trying to do in the Bournemouth game. And what I will say with the Newcastle game, if he'd have put that ball in the top bin, you'd have probably seen a different Wirtz for the next 20 minutes in that game. Because he'd have had the confidence, because he'd have just wrapped one straight in the top corner. But sometimes it's just like that. But
it's also like
it'll come good.
The Newcastle game, like I know Wirtz wasn't particularly well. I think Salah wasn't particularly good as well. But I think the majority of the players in that game, barring a select few, played very, very badly. I think we can all agree on that aspect, I'm
gonna let the chat handle you guys, both of you Liverpool fans. Both Liverpool. I know we have a lot of Liverpool fans. I'm gonna let rivals in the chat handle this Wirtz conversation, not me. I am not.
You don't want to have
Why?
an opinion,
Why?
Bro, I can have the conversation, but the problem is people will say I have an agenda, right? The highest, the most expensive player ever in the Premier League, coming in, playing like he's one of the guys, right? But yes, it's tactics. He has to get used to Ekitike. Why is Ekitike playing well then? Like, why? Why is Ekitike playing very well?
Because he's getting assists from Cody and Salah.
No. Ekitike is giving everything for himself. Ekitike dribbled past players in the first game. Ekitike in this game is picking good positions. He played very well. Ekitike, with all due respect, like you talk about Wirtz. Wirtz touched the ball. Wirtz touched the ball way more than Ekitike. Wirtz touched the ball more than Ekitike, right? And then Wirtz is like missed passes here, missed passes there. Say that again. I'm sorry. You're speaking while I'm speaking, so I can't answer.
In the second half to get that goal, if Wirtz hadn't have made that blind run, he made that run.
Are we
beyond
picking
the
run? No. This is up. No.
That's
what happens.
At the end of the day, what I will say on the Wirtz thing, I think I'll say this point and we can move on from it.
We're not moving on from it because we're not moving on from it. We're not moving on from this because listen, Enzo Fernandez day one cooked on Sam. Every day gets a Chelsea fan on his channel that why is Enzo playing bad? Why is Enzo playing bad? Every day. Most expensive player. Bro.
Remember they watched Havertz and doing an MLS skill comp at 3 a.m. and they clowned him like every time he touched the ball for the rest of the season. I mean, you can't get away from it, especially because of the hype that Liverpool. Like I saw people saying he was going to win the Golden Boot. And he was going to get the most assists. He was going to be Henry's record of 20 goals and 20 assists. Time's ticking. Like 2 games might not sound a lot, but the season doesn't wait.
And then stat padding, passing the ball to Ekitike in the first game, and Ekitike dribbling past people to score a goal. That's a stat that will be put on the. Oh, yes. Did he have an assist already?
Yeah, yes.
Did he pass like 5-yard passes?
No, it was a pass in between 2 lines of sort of defenders. If you want to try and do that, Mo, but he does have a stat. But again, I'll say this again. I haven't been too impressed with what he's done, given the fact that I've seen the guy for the last 3 to 4 seasons. I know the quality that this guy has. However, I still believe this early days, and I think he'll come good. He has the quality, good. He has the mentality. And he will.
How do you know he has the mentality?
Well, he has.
How's that? I like this sweeping statement. Someone has the mentality.
Because he came back.
How do we know that? How do we know Wirtz have the mentality?
If you look at his career, Wirtz came back from an ACL. Yes.
So when was that?
When he was 21.
No, there's a lot of people that came back from ACL and didn't make it. That has nothing to do with mentality. I think actually, by the way, I'm just gonna correct you guys. I think coming back from ACL requires a physio, not a mentality. Is that if you have the physio, you come back. It doesn't have a mentality. Bro, you guys are being jokers around here. He has the mentality because he came back from ACL. Bro, it's fine. It requires a good physio and a good surgeon. I'm joking here. You know what the problem with you guys? You cannot come here and tell me Wirtz is this. I have to have the same energy so people will not call me Mac. I cannot sit on shows and have different energy for different players because Liverpool won the league last season and because Mo hits Man United and Mo hits Arsenal or Mo hits Chelsea. I can't. Not the British record. This is the record fee ever in the history of the Premier League. I'm expecting instant impact, baby. Instant. I'm expecting changing lives. I'm expecting off my seat shit. You get the ball. I'm expecting to. I'm being serious, by the way. Wallah, I'm being serious. I'm being serious. Wow. Like, you know what? Let me tell you something. Cole Palmer, in his first season, no one expected something. But once you have that season and people put you on that pedestal, I'm expecting, baby, every game off my seat shit. I'm expecting things to happen. I'm expecting cooking. You are the most expensive player in the history of this league. It's only 100 and something years. You're the most expensive guy out there playing. But by the way, hold on. He's not playing for Crystal Palace. He's playing for the best team in the league. With the best players, with Van Dijk, Salah, Gakpo, the best midfield out there. I'm expecting him to cook. And if Liverpool fans think this is an agenda, it is not. Because I had the same energy for Rice, I had the same energy for Enzo Fernandez, I have the same energy for Cole Palmer when he doesn't play well. Why? Because you tell me his value is this. Yeah, by the way, Lautaro Martinez, just to let you know, guys, Inter fans, we love Lautaro. You drop a stinker, you get cooked. And people know that. You don't hold players
has he been criticised by Liverpool fans for the last 2 games? We're telling you. No, but like I said,
excuses happen.
No, but what did I say? What did I say in the first my first sentence? I have been disappointed with what he's produced in the last 2 games. Have I not said that?
Someone said, where was the energy for Caicedo? We cooked Enzo and Caicedo. Wallah, Martin, you remember, you did shows with me. We got Chelsea fans on this channel. I cooked them. Enzo Fernandez. I go to Football Terrace. Ram, you were with me. We cooked Enzo Fernandez on the Football Terrace.
It was called Caicedo for the first few weeks.
And Caicedo as well. For people to tell me that I don't have different energy. I don't have different energy. Everyone that wants to accuse me of everything, I don't have different energy for different players. You are expensive. And your fan base is saying this. Wallahi, same for my players. You tell me Lautaro's this, Lautaro's that. Perform, Habibi.
Well, no, it's different. It's different when a player got sent off on his debut. That's where you're like, he got sent off. Oh well.
No, what can I do when he's sent off? Like, it's not my fault that he gets sent off.
No, but like you're telling me like we had to cook Kaiser. Of course you had to cook him. If you got sent off on your debut, well, then what? Are you gonna be like, well done?
Isn't it worse? Actually, you play the time and then you don't perform than getting sent off? Which one is worse?
No, but I mean, if you
get sent off,
if you get sent off on your debut,
you made a mistake, you made the wrong tackle, blah blah blah.
What else is done?
Well, the thing about sending off is that Anthony Gordon got sent off, and you guys in the second half needed someone to put their foot on the ball and like not lose it for a second. And that's where I would have expected Wirtz to actually show his like class above everyone and say, "I got this. We're not going to lose the ball every 5 seconds, so they wouldn't like constantly defending."
How do we do that when we're just lumping the ball 60 yards?
But that's why don't they trust Wirtz? Like, put it to feet, get him on the ball, get him like.
You got to speak to Virgil and Kmack because that's those two kept on off like forward. We refused to play the ball to Curtis Jones.
Terrible.
If you look at the first goal in particular, and I'm going to dissect the first goal.
Go ahead now.
The reason why the first goal happened was because of the brilliance of Curtis Jones. The fact that he kept the ball ticking at the very get-go. What he did attracted 3 to 4 players around him, won a foul, allowed the space for Gakpo to pass it over to Gravenberch, and Gravenberch had a free shot on goal. That is literally what happened. If you looked at every single best ounce of play, it was Curtis Jones starting the attack. The problem is our centre-backs and sometimes the full-backs as well, and at times our goalkeeper as well, decided to lump the ball forward and play it straight towards Dan Burn, which, to be fair, pissed me off every single moment. Every time we had the chance to slow the game down, silence the crowd, we decided to lump it forward and give the ball straight back to Newcastle. That's why we allowed these guys to come back into the game. We didn't play football. We tried to
genius football. Van Dijk is like the best centre back in the world, right? Like
he is amazing. He was amazing in the game.
He should be able to hit anyone in the field, right?
Sorry,
he doesn't need to go long. Like they're only doing that because they don't want to lose the ball in a dangerous area.
No, it's because they wanted to try and sucker punch them. They wanted to absorb the pressure so they could sucker punch them on the counter attack or in transition, so to speak. It wasn't really a counter. That's how I saw it, because you saw Mo Salah trying to play a crossfield ball all the way to Gakpo, which made 0 sense. It was a tactic which didn't work. So it is what it is.
Kind of worked for the last goal you guys scored was brilliant. Like the team.
Again, what did we do? We slowed the game down.
You passed the ball around. Yeah.
Exactly. All these sideways passes and everything.
If there is a right back and Newcastle didn't play like short, that goal wouldn't have happened, right? That sub was like dummy. There would have been someone there. It's brilliant by Liverpool. Amazing by the kid. Composure is fantastic. And I think this kid should be the backup for Gakpo, because it's not only about the goal. When he came on and dribbled past 2 and got you a corner, that was a sign of someone that is so confident that he can play. And by the way, I don't think Liverpool will have a tougher game than this. Pressure-wise, fan-wise, there's not going to be another one tougher than this in the league. I think he's ready. I'm like, the kid is fantastic and amazing. Let me do these super chats. Us Liverpool fans just got ignored the Wirtz agenda. Okay, here you go. Next games. You think it's an agenda? It's not an agenda. It's called criticism. That happens all the time from your rivals, from your friends, from everyone out here. Because when you have the most expensive player out there, and that is our job to sit here and analyze. if Gyokeres, imagine, I'm gonna tell you something next games. Imagine if Gyokeres only gets 10 goals. Okay, it's game week 20, 25 here, and Gyokeres has 10 goals. How is that gonna even work?
If he didn't score that last game,
we cannot even be mad. We did it to Rice and Kaysedi. Ignore it, and he will come good. No, you can say we ignore it.
We just acknowledge the fact he hasn't been that good.
That's it.
And I'll still maintain this, and I'll say this until the cows come home, Mo. I'll say it 100,000 times on your channel. He will come good.
Define good.
He'll come good, and why we spent the amount of money that we did, as in the Bayer Leverkusen levels when they won the Invincible.
Like what?
The Bayer Leverkusen levels when they won the Invincible. Creating chances, getting goals and assists.
Like he's gonna be like the Phil Foden of your team.
Not the Phil Foden now.
I mean, Foden when they won the league. Foden when they won the league.
I don't want numbers. I'm not that stupid. I'm not gonna ask for numbers. I'm not gonna ask for a number now because we asked this before. But performances wise, you guys are expecting him to be like a difference maker, right? Like someone that gets you off your seat.
Of course.
Off your seat. Okay.
I think like what he did. Best example, the way he played with Germany in the Euros, where he was making the difference.
We need to find a way to get the ball to him because we're still so right-sided. We still pass it to Dad. Like we need to start giving it to Wirtz. He's the number 10.
I'm just gonna correct you here. Liverpool actually have the field tilted to the left, just to let you know.
Are you guys worried about Gyokeres at all? Because I was told he was the best left back in the league by his son and all this kind of stuff. I didn't watch enough Bournemouth games.
I'm seeing him playing as a bloody centre back at the moment, which is really frustrating.
It's a weird one with Gyokeres because it's so weird because he's not a deer in headlights. He's like the Energizer Bunny from hell. He's very giddy. Like he's very much like I want to do something. I want to get a crunching tackle. I want to do this. I want to do that. Sometimes you don't need to do that. Stick to the basics. As a defender, stick to the basics. Usher the ball out. If you have a chance to body someone and win the ball back. Make sure it's clean as well. He's always 100%. I need to get stuck in, which is obviously as a defender is good to have that, but not every single challenge that you see. If you see he's very aggressive with his tackles, and sometimes it doesn't work, and the winger's now up against Virgil van Dijk. That is weird because it's something that can easily be changed. His mindset needs to change where he's like, you're at Liverpool, you're at a big boy club, you need to act like a big boy defender and you need to stop doing these foolishness because he has the desire. The desire is there, but he just needs to work on that mentality because you can't be sliding into tackles left, right, and center. And that decision making. But again, look, a couple of stats and version, he'll get it right. I'm sure.
Look, at the end of the day, we played Bournemouth at home, which was a really emotional charged game because it was the first game back since the Jota incident. So that was tough, really tough. And Gyokeres was playing against his old team, so they knew exactly how to stand it up against him. They knew how to play against him, obviously, because they created him. And then you've got Newcastle away. And next we've got Arsenal at home. Like, we haven't got easy games. Like, Bournemouth beat Newcastle at their ground last season. They beat Arsenal. They beat Manchester City. Like, they are a very good team.
So they lost half of their players since they probably played them last.
They sold half their defenders, but they still got a great attack. So it just needs a little bit of time. And I just see it as teething trouble. But we need to get Guehi in. Like, Guehi's really important.
Because Konate needs to be dropped. I thought he's Saliba level.
I would no. Do you know what? I would bring in Leone. That's how bad he's been. I would bring the young Italian boy and bring him in because it looks like his mind has been turned.
You know the problem with Konate, and I'm gonna say this. Some people are not gonna probably like, but that's the reality. There are defenders that are good. I believe Konate has all the ability in the world. When they are good, they are good. But when they are bad, they're awful. Like, it's unwatchable. Like, you need to sit on the bench. This is the difference. Like, when Van Dijk is bad, he's not that bad. He's still is good. Saliba, for example, when Saliba is not great, he's still like a good defender. Konate, when he's bad, bro, he's awful. Like, he's unwatchable. He's like bring a kid there. You know,
he's
like
Upamecano.
He's Upamecano. When Upamecano is good, yeah. When Upamecano is very good. Upamecano is good. Good. When he's bad, he's awful. Like, okay, get off here. It's better to play with 10 people.
They both came from the same academy, by the way, and they both came from the same team. Upamecano and
like
Konate.
Saliba, for example, on the other hand, when he's not good, he's like, yeah, okay, it's playable. You know, I can work with Saliba. Guys, with like 800 people in the house, guys, we don't even have like, I don't know, like we don't have even 150 likes. And people like, well, yeah, like, come on, guys, hit that like button. Yani, help that channel. Come on. Gregory here is saying Kmack focuses too much on stats. Ram, no comment. We all see Wirtz finds the pocket and positions, but the guy plays in slow motion for now. Slot, many errors.
Greg, what are you on about, mate? Like, if you want to say something, say something. And you've literally just said what I've just said. So, again, I don't know.
Gregory, I'm going to tell you something. It's not about Wirtz slow motion. I think he's not finding the same spaces and channels to pass to that he has in the Bundesliga. He picks up the ball and people are too close to him, the opposition. And also like,
too close to him as well.
And he looks around Wirtz and there is like, well, there's not a lot of channels here. Also, I'm worried about Mohamed Salah. Mo, you don't get it. Wirtz could have sat in his room with a torn ACL for the rest of his life, but he got surgery and he did rehab. That's mentality. Okay, I know.
Is he taking the piss? Because I don't know. That sounds funny.
Yeah, of course, he's an Arsenal fan. He's taking the piss.
Oh, okay.
He's taking the piss.
If you ask Verge, well, I mean, he would say something different.
He's taking the piss. 20.
I mean, Jesus just had 3 ACLs, so imagine the mentality on that guy. He just never lays down.
No, that's a fantastic super chat, to be honest. Manifesting that last minute Eze winner at Anfield. Anybody think Arsenal will win at Anfield? Any chance?
Tentatively?
No, zero chance.
They haven't won at Anfield for
15 years.
For 13 years, right. Yeah, they haven't won. And we've been through our worst teams and they had the likes of Sanchez and thing. So if they couldn't beat us then, and we've got a decent team and we got the Anfield crowd as well, I don't see them beating us. Personally.
Say peace.
I can see Eze early goal to Gyokeres, one-on-one with Konate. Konate falls over. Gyokeres puts it top corner. I can visualize
Alisson Becker saves it. Yeah, I can see that happening, man. I can see that happening. 1v1 Alisson Becker.
The tally has been updated. Shirky 2, Wirtz 0. Okay, Shirky was awful.
Shirky was
terrible as well.
Shirky
was dreadful. Like, what the fuck?
He got bodied left, right, and center by Tottenham, man. In his home ground as well, his own ground. Have some shame.
This number 10 thing, it actually, like, now we're realizing it's harder than what we think, right?
That's why I rate Odegaard so much, because he's managed to survive.
Have some shame in the quorum. Have some shame.
You have some shame. Odegaard is like one of the most consistent 10s in the Premier League. Madison tries to be a 10 and he
How many years has he played in the Prem?
What's that?
How many years has he played in the Prem?
No,
I mean, he should be dead statistically. Like as a 10 in the Prem, you don't live long. Someone's going to kill you.
Come on.
What?
Hey, let me
tell David Silva that, man. Tell David Silva that.
David Silva did, right? Yeah. But right now, there aren't many around. And everyone said Wirtz was going to come and tie everyone in knots. So he's finding out how hard it is.
Coutinho played for 6 years in the Prem. Coutinho played 6 years in the Prem.
Was he a 10?
Played 2 games.
Oh, don't do that. Don't. He was a 10. Don't do that.
He was a shooter. He was a guy that could score from anywhere.
Three out of two, and oh my god, 3 out of 2. Okay.
Yeah, 10, bro. There's a reason why he got hooked. There's a reason why he got hooked.
How good is the Eze signing for Arsenal from Liverpool's perspective? How dangerous are Arsenal now? Because I'm saying something here. I say Arsenal are favorites if Liverpool don't get Gyokeres or Isak. You have no depth. Whatsoever.
If we don't get Gyokeres or Isak.
Yeah, you have to. Okay. Basically, if you don't get Isak,
yeah.
Okay. Basically, you guys don't have. Okay, let me give you an example. Arsenal last season, you get into if Liverpool get one of the injuries that Arsenal have up top in Jesus or Kai or Saka, Basically, your front line will, for the rest of the season, be consistent of either Curtis Jones, Gakpo, and Salah, or Salah, Chiesa, Gakpo, or that one. That's these combinations. Okay, that one of these combinations will happen. Right? If Konate gets injured or needs rest, your back line is gonna be Gomez, Frimpong, right? Van Dijk.
What if
or
it's
Van
one?
Dijk, Leone? It depends which one.
Gay.
Mo, we won the league last season, and none of our forwards really scored apart from the wingers. Like,
okay, and Mohamed Salah is going to AFCON for 4 or 5 weeks as well. So
You kind of want to leave us.
okay, so hold on. So you are assuming. So you are assuming. You're guys. You are assuming that your squad is gonna stay fit the whole season without depth, playing Champions League, Cup, leagues, Champions League, Cup, leagues.
Well,
like
we've already seen the squad isn't fit already, but it's a weird one because if I was to say we get Gay, would you still be concerned?
Do you guys want the truth? Yes. You know why? I would still be concerned. You need a center back of a level to back Konate. Okay, Konate already was limping in the first game at minute 80. Already he was limping in minute 80. They thought about subbing him out, and they're like, well, we need a right back, so they played Endo right back, then they played Gomez. So you need a center back and you need a striker. Everyone knows that. You need that. It's too light.
Don't you need more than just a striker? I know that Rio's come out of nowhere and like he's provided that kind of cover, but you guys are used to having 7 or 8 starting level attackers, right? That you can choose from and switch out.
The problem, I swear to God, Martin, last season brainwashed some of Liverpool fans to think that football can go your way all the time without injuries. Same for Arsenal 2 seasons ago when they had a fully like fit squad for the majority of the season. People get brainwashed thinking that is normal. It's not normal. That doesn't happen. That is the outlier. Having your main players fit all season, that doesn't happen for anybody in the world. Actually, nobody does. Like nobody has this. But Liverpool fans assume that is just the case. But Arsenal fans learned the hard way last season.
I mean, I just wanted to get your take on if it was one or the other. I still think we need both. We need both.
100%. You need that. And if you're not going to get Gay, the window's about to shut. It's 26. It's only 4 days.
Look, I think Mark Wake's really important because Konate he's been really poor so far this season, and it's gone from the Charity Shield all the way through. Like, by the way, that isn't a case of like, oh, he was brilliant, he was shit, he was brilliant, he's been shit, and he wasn't very good in pre-season either. Someone put in the chat, he's been dodgy since he got the injury from Hendrick, which probably need to look at that because he wasn't very good at the end of the season either.
Hendrick had a basically.
Oh yeah, I remember that injury. Yeah. When he fell on his.
Yeah, so that's one maybe to look at. But I think if we didn't get Isak for whatever reason, I think we will get Isak. But say we didn't, I think we could go for 6 months until the next transfer window. I think
it depends. Possible. Okay, it depends on the injuries. You know, Odegaard got injured early.
Yeah, no, but you're hypothetically saying a lot of stuff when since we've had Arnie Slot, we've reduced our injuries by what 44% in it. Ram?
But you guys just had Soboslai playing right back, and he had 20 minutes experience. I think you guys should be in the market for more than just Gay and Isak.
All seem to be in one position, which is just really.
But that happened to us. I mean, we were down to Mikel Merino and whoever else wanted to play up front. We had Sterling as our only option on the bench. But I think you guys need to be doing what we're doing, which is buying like 15 to 20 million-year-old left backs and like not old, like Price, right? Like you need to be beefing out that squad in all directions, not just like a striker and a.
We don't need to do what you're doing, mate, because you're buying the league, like, and not selling anything.
The league. Like, well, everyone else has done it. Why can't we?
We're buying players and selling players.
I still.
Someone actually told me this. Someone put in my comment that Arsenal are buying the league. Actually, seriously, someone put in my comment that they think Arsenal are buying the league. Especially with the Nkapia deal, the 50 million euros or whatever thing. They're like, why are Arsenal buying the league? Why are they have 2 players in every position? Nobody's talking about
it.
This is what it is. Look, at the end of the day, if you want to break it down to 2-player position, we technically do have 2 players.
Yeah,
position. If you look, if you go through right back, centre backs, to an extent, left backs,
we got 3
DMs, and Cam, and except probably the forward line, maybe not. We are covered 2 player per position.
Apart from the front line, basically.
Yeah, I think.
Are you worried about some of those?
If we get Isak, it is
like Gomez and like you guys don't seem to trust Robertson anymore. What is it?
I think Robertson still, for me, in my opinion, I still think he starts for around about half the teams in the Premier League. He's still a very, very good player. People forget.
I think he plays against Arsenal, Cam. Robbo. I think he plays against Arsenal.
On the left, he starts against Arsenal.
I think he starts.
I swear I was thinking the same, huh? I was thinking the same. I was thinking that he might start.
Because Gyokeres' performances and his rash nature, maybe it's best to have Robertson, who's a little bit
set pieces, mate. Gyokeres has been done on set pieces like twice now. So
he's the best left back in the league. I thought.
Mo, last season, was he the best left back in the league? No,
absolutely not.
Was he voted the best left back in the league?
I don't care if he's voted. Voted was voted. Did you ask Mo or you're asking other people? Foden was voted player of the season, which is I don't think he should have won, in my opinion.
Mo,
for example, Declan Rice last season voted in team of the season popularity contest, even though in the league he wasn't great. There were players better than him. I believe McAllister was better than him. I believe Enzo Fernandez was better than him in the Premier League, right? But he was voted. Being voted player of the year or player of the season or in team of the season doesn't mean anything. And you're asking Mo's opinion, you're not asking other people's opinion.
Because in the Football Terrors group chat, we've had that debate, and it was literally 50-50, being like, both Gyokeres and Cucurella performed at a very, very high level.
I think that's a PR from Liverpool fans that started by you guys saying, keep telling people that Gyokeres is the best left back in the league. Gyokeres is good. I'm not saying he's a bad player. But when I'm watching Gyokeres, I've been very consistent about this. My preferred left back in the league is Antoine Robinson, the American.
Oh, Anthony Robinson.
That is my preferred in the league. That is my preference, right? But there's a conversation to be had. There are people that say Nouri. There are people that say Cucurella is the best left back. I think the most consistent left back was Cucurella last season, right? He's very defensive. He's basically very solid defensively, and he contributed going forward by scoring goals, by crashing the box. He got 7 goals or something like this. So I can't argue against that, you know. Would I take Cucurella? No, but was he the most consistent? Yes. And then Gyokeres, though, on the other hand, I don't know. Like I'm watching him. His positioning is kind of off.
I also think it's more about the fact that Bournemouth finished the highest they've ever finished before in the Premier League, which was 8th.
Probably, yeah.
One of their best players.
I didn't watch a lot of Bournemouth, but I assume it
really good assists against some of the big clubs. Like it was individual performances as well.
One thing that aided him a lot, he performed very, very well against the Big Six. Every Big Six his team, I think he got about 4 assists against the Big Six, if I'm not mistaken. I think one notably was against Man City as well. I think the last minute one as well. So it does help his cause. I still think he was just, and I mean touching, he was just about the best performing left back last season. But that still doesn't mean that he's absolved from criticism.
He is good. He's just not great as people make it be, to be honest with you.
I just find it really hard to judge left backs because there's the defensive side of the game, and then there's the I'm getting down the touch line and I'm going to cross something in. And I think he had a lot of good crosses or something like that. Maybe he was quite good on the offensive side, but I'd rather Skelly over him on the defensive side because he just doesn't let anyone past him. So it depends what you need your left back to do.
Skelly keeps getting yellow cards and red cards. What are you talking about? He's like, he's really rash.
Talk about those being dodgy.
He's really rash. I like Marzo Skelly on the ball better than Gyokeres. Like it's the other way
He's the only
around.
player with no one dribble past him the whole season last season.
I mean,
Like he's
Because he pulls him
good.
down and gets yellow cards and gets red cards. That
When he got pulled down, he pulled down Kudus, but Kudus elbowed him in the head beforehand. Like there's a lot of sides to this, but I don't want to get into it. MLS is not going to win that prize of best left back last year. I think it's probably Cucurella for consistency.
I like Marzo Skelly. I think if Arteta stuck with him, I think he would be one of the best left backs in the league within a year or two.
But don't because he has the talent. Calafiori, like
that's the problem because Calafiori is very good going forward and good defensively as well. He's more balanced than him. I like him.
Yeah. But he's not as good defensively as Miles, so yeah, we've got that choice. But I think you asked these guys about Eze. Did they give an answer or did I blank out? Are you worried about Eze joining Arsenal?
Huh?
No?
Sorry, what?
Are you worried about Eze joining Arsenal? Like, I'd be worried if Isak.
Oh, he's a quality player, man. He's a quality player. Very, very good player. And obviously, if he goes to a potential rival team, I'm gonna be like, oh crap, we got another problem to deal with. Like, he's a very, very good player. I think arguably he's your best 10. I think he's your best 10 in the league, in your team. I think he should start ahead of Odegaard. But is he an out left winger? I don't know about that. However, if it's the case that you're going to play him very narrow and your left back is going to be the one that's providing the width, then it can work, potentially. But it remains to be seen what Arteta's going to do with him. But he's still a very, very,
Eze and Odegaard playing at the same time some matches, but have to be the right opposition. But they don't necessarily have to be one or the other. I think that Eze can play the left wing better than anyone else we have right now. So in a pinch, that's where he can start. But yeah, I think we all want to see him integrated. Our left side's been so tame for so long.
Calafiori does like to invert, doesn't he?
He kind of goes wherever he needs to go. Like he was in the striker position, like last time when Gyokeres scored his goal. But I think he can happily go left side. I think MLS has a weakness because his left foot is his weak one, so he's never putting in great crosses on that left side, which I think Calafiori will be able to do with his left foot. But we'll see. I was just interested to see if you're worried about Eze. Some people say the league's scared now that we've got Eze, but
he's a very good player. He's a very, very good player. I can't say I'm not. I don't like Arsenal anyway.
I thought you guys have the best 10 in the league in Wirtz. So what are you guys worried? What is it?
Sorry?
Yeah, we are.
I thought you guys have the best 10 in the league. So why are you guys worried about it?
No, did you just listen to what I just said? I said a very good player is going to Arsenal. Why would I? It's not. I wouldn't. Look, nothing really scares me. Nothing scares me. However,
I'm asking.
However, a really good player going to a potential rival team is just going to be a problem that we're just going to have to deal with. So we have to
Mac, what do you think about Eze, Mac, before we actually get you the super chat that was directed to you?
He's a brilliant player. I wanted him at Liverpool. The only thing about Eze is where's he going to play? Someone's got to get dropped. Someone's going to get dropped out of that team.
No one is getting dropped.
Who's getting dropped out of the team?
No one is getting dropped.
So where does Eze go then? Because he doesn't play for Saka. Doesn't play for Odegaard.
Left.
Drop Odegaard. He's the captain.
Left side, left wing.
He's not a left winger. He's 10.
He's played like
10.
every
He's kind of like 10.
Okay, well, let's see how you get on with no defensive attributes on the left-hand side then. Okay, because you've got
Calafiori a very good left back
in the middle of the park. Let's see how that works out for you. He's a 10.
The funny thing about that question is where does he play? I think Eze is going to be such a free role player that it's going to be very hard for people to define. Even if he starts left wing, maybe someone else is going to be in that place most of the time. And I think that's what we need to be a little bit less structured, a little more unpredictable. And I think he said that in his interview. He's like, Arteta's got some ideas about where he wants me to play, and we talked about it, but I'm free. I mean, he thinks of himself as like a classic kind of free roaming 10.
I think he's very good regardless of what happened.
Oh, yeah. People using this Wingfielder name now.
Yeah. Kmack, against Arsenal, if McAllister returns, who you drop? Curtis Jones.
It'd be unfair to drop Curtis Jones after that Newcastle game, wouldn't it? But we need more bite in midfield.
I would drop Wirtz.
We need more bite in midfield. I knew
you'd drop Wirtz.
We know you'd say that, Cam.
McAllister at 10.
I would drop. You wouldn't drop Wirtz?
Wouldn't that be hilarious, Cam, if he dropped Gyokeres and Wirtz the Arsenal game?
And lose or draw or don't win. Oh my word.
No, I'd play McAllister at 10, personally, for me.
Okay, fair enough. Gregory, you got your answer. They would drop Wirtz. Anfield, our front line, Gyokeres, Eze, Noni Madueke, Ethan, or Martin Odegaard. Well, Noni Madueke on Gyokeres is kind of like a little bit. That is a battle of the mids.
Eze won't play.
You might have to.
He will probably have to.
We've got
Eze won't play.
Odegaard, Saka.
I actually think that Eze will play for one reason, because Eze is ready. He already had the preseason with Palace. He already played. Like, it's different when you're coming like Cisco when you didn't play games. Eze played. He already played in the league. Already played.
They just don't do that. Like, they just don't do that. They don't just throw players in, like, straight off the bat.
I think you're very. I think you're hoping. I think you're hoping instead of like being.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
You're hoping he doesn't play. I get it. You're hoping he doesn't play.
Maybe Martinelli, but
I want to see him and Frimpong. Is he back, Frimpong?
Nope. He's missing. He'll be back after international
break.
So who's starting on the right side again? Sabozla again? He was brilliant, wasn't he?
Say that again, man. I didn't quite hear that.
He was brilliant. It was amazing. It was amazing. By the way, if it wasn't for him, you would have shipped 4.
Sabozla was
you would have shipped 4.
On the right.
Bro, Konate was nowhere to be seen. If it wasn't for Sabozla when they're covering him, he would have been cooked.
I like hearing this. After what you said about him at the start, I'm liking this.
Oh, Sabozla was amazing. No, I'm not lying.
No,
it was fantastic.
It's telling that his best player is right back, though. Like, I don't know. I don't know whether he's sometimes too far forward.
In the first, actually,
people,
Liverpool fans kept saying in the first game he was bad because he lost the ball a couple of times trying to play the intricate passing, which is not his game. But overall, I thought his play in the middle was not bad at all in the first game. The problem is Arne Slot asked him to do McAllister's job, do the small passes here and there. Bro, it's not his job. He can't do it. It's like you cannot just, it's horses for courses, you know? You cannot say, bring Declan. Like, you cannot ask Declan Rice to do Zubamendi or Odegaard job. You're being harsh on him to do that. But he was asked to do McAllister work, and McAllister is way more technical than Szoboszlai. So that's why he lost the ball. He couldn't turn, he couldn't dribble. It's harder for him, you know? But otherwise, I thought he was good. He covered ground very well for Liverpool. He stepped in when he needed to in the first game. Come on, Arne Slot, you need to know better. Like, you cannot ask Szoboszlai to play these things.
Our version of Federico Valverde, man.
So yeah, I think so. I actually think so.
And it's handy to have someone who's not. Sorry?
He's been asked not to, but we need to talk about a player, to be honest. We need to talk about a player. We need to talk about Mohamed Salah, my Egyptian Mohammed. Even Osam is like, someone named Chef after, he's like, Mohammed, just give me something, anything. Like, I need to defend you. Just do something, anything, bro. He was terrible.
He got an assist. He got an assist.
By the way, the assist will go, but we all know that assist should go to Szoboszlai, who had vision and he knew exactly where Rayo is, right?
Did Hassan say that as well?
Yeah, he agrees that it's a stat pad. Yeah, it was a stat pad. Are you serious?
I mean, I've got to be honest. Like, Liverpool was unbelievable in that game. Liverpool locked Salah up, good and proper, like, in his back pocket, and he even provided the assist. He was so good for Newcastle, Liverpool. Like, I'm surprised Man City are.
But the problem is, I know that it's early in the season, Mac, but the play is happening away from him, Mohamed Salah. It's happening with the left. Ekitike, Wirtz, and Gakpo, they all like each other. It's all happening. By the way, there's one more thing. McAllister likes to go left. McAllister likes to go left as well.
When you look at the play, Mo, when you look at the play and the patterns, the aim is to get everybody over on the left-hand side, completely overload the left-hand side, and then Mo's free on his own. That's the play.
To do what?
To score. To score.
I wouldn't say quite like that, but it was almost a little bit like a throwback where it used to be Firmino and Mane having a lot of the ball, and Mo would be in and around areas picking up the really good areas either to find the assist or get the goal. So it's a bit of a throwback of what he's doing. And I think it may help his game a little bit. The fact that he doesn't see the ball that much. It doesn't require to do a lot with the ball at his feet, but he needs to be in the right moments because he's not as quick as he used to be. He still may be physically as dominant as he was, but you can't ask him to do the dribbling, the running past plays anymore. He's 34. So maybe this kind of football would be beneficial for him. And you've seen that in moments that he's done okay, but he still does need to do a lot more.
So he can't do the dribbling past players thing anymore.
Can I ask you something, Martin? Do Liverpool win the league if Salah is not at his best?
But that's not what I heard when he was getting a renewal. Everyone was like, he hasn't dropped off. He's going to be fine, right? I don't know if there's much to his game if he's not dribbling past people.
If he keeps on doing a goal and assist every game, then guess what?
Okay.
He'll be fine.
That's reductive, but I'll take it.
And so will we.
Look,
Martin, do you think they win the league if Salah is not at his best this season?
I think if they get Isak and Guehi, they have the firepower elsewhere to not rely on Salah. But I'm shocked by, I guess he's kind of like, he's got a bit of the problem that Saka does where you just get penned in your own little prison over there because everyone knows that's where they want to go. So he's just occupying people by existing, even if he doesn't get the ball or whatever. Right? So he's kind of a victim of that situation that Saka also gets. But yeah, I don't know whether he'll be able to keep it up. And I think he's still got the same finishing and the same vision. So as long as you can get him into the game enough, he'll be a lethal weapon for sure. But I don't think he's as crucial as he used to.
2 seconds on Mo. Yeah, 2 seconds on Mo. Bournemouth, Mo's was the killer pass that the goalie had to save, which then went out to Chiesa, and Chiesa scored the third. Mo was also the killer pass that Rio Gigamoa scored the winner. Like, everyone can talk about Mo not having good games, but it's not about Mo having a whole good 90-minute game. It's about Mo being in the game. Mo said this in his interview. He said this is what he talked to Arne Slot about. He said, you're always going to play because you can always deliver somewhere in the game. You're not completely out of the game. You will always provide something in the game. And he did it twice. Like, we literally won both our 2 games because of Mo's attacking.
I don't think it's any surprise he was involved in that inevitable play at the end. You know, whenever you guys go down in a game, I don't get excited. I'm like, yep, we've seen this gimmick a million times from Liverpool before. And inevitably Salah's involved in that play, and he's just got the confidence and experience to know that don't panic, we'll score at the end.
Newcastle were stupid. 2-2, fucking defend for your life now. Why do you have 3 players ahead of the ball when you're 2-2 at home? Just fucking be content with the point. Don't get excited. Defend. But they didn't. It's stupid.
I don't think you can put that all on Newcastle because Liverpool played in a way that was like they couldn't get anywhere near the ball anyway, even if they had more players. It was just
they had the ball right after Newcastle scored. They had the ball. Liverpool had the ball right after Newcastle.
But they didn't need to be as aggressive as they were. But I watched that play, and there was like almost nothing that they could do to stop that kind of play. Like they had an extra man, they passed him around, they did what they should have done all game, which was just make them chase the ball,
play football.
Can we before we end the show, can we touch on the Isak situation now and where is it going? I keep reading, I keep refreshing my feed, and I'm like, Indy Kyla said that there will be a bid of 120 plus 15 or 20 million pounds on add-ons presented soon. And Newcastle still are trying to get Strand Larson and Wissa across the line. If they get these 2 players, have they really replaced Alexander Isak? There are 60 million pounds and 50 million pounds. That's 110 million pounds for Wissa and Strand Larson. Are Newcastle stupid? Are they idiots?
Desperate. They're desperate, man.
Are they idiots?
It's desperate people do stupid things, isn't it? That's the old saying, right? They've been rejected by probably every striker under the sun that was available. And now they're really scraping the barrel to find someone that could just provide the numbers up top. It's not even the question of quality now. It's just they need someone because they'll go into a season with just the guy that played, what's his name, Osula,
yeah, that was scoring.
That's like that. That's not what they want. Ideally, they need someone who's of a certain quality. Visa, obviously, someone that scored, I think, 20 goals last season. Strun Larsen is a bit of a question mark for me. I don't really rate him that highly, but these guys do. So desperate people do stupid things, and this is what happens when you try to lay by your laurels, being like, when Isak's not for sale, and you don't really plan ahead just in case something does happen where the player's like, I don't want to stay at the club anymore. So it is what it is. This is what they get for not really doing their transfer business properly. And if you don't prepare, if you fail to prepare to fail. And this is what they get.
Do you think Liverpool could have got the deal done if they weren't, say, for example, battling Newcastle for Ekitike, like early on? That probably put a bad taste in their mouth for, like, you just stole our target, now we're going to sell you our best player.
Oh, Martin, I will say this. Martin.
He was never their target. Weren't they bidding for Ekitike?
No. He was never their target.
No, Martin.
We'd already been speaking to him for months.
No, but
it was a case of they came to the table.
Newcastle still wanted Ekitike.
Much later on.
They still wanted Ekitike. That was their target. They wanted him. It was a fact. However,
Mbeumo and Delap were their targets. Mbeumo and Delap.
Newcastle would have a list of players that they
never landed their targets.
No, but Newcastle would have had a list of players that they wanted, and those players would have included Mbeumo, Delap.
Can I tell you the truth, guys?
And Ekitike.
I actually don't think that they wanted anyone to replace Isak in the beginning. João Pedro, Mbeumo, Delap, all of them were like, we are upgrading our second striker. And then they bid that bid for Ekitike. And they were like, yeah, we might, if we get Ekitike, maybe we'll allow him to go. But then when they didn't get Ekitike and Liverpool got Ekitike, I'm insisting on this. They never thought that Liverpool are coming for Isak. So they were like, yeah, you know what? We'll now go for different types of players. That's why they were never panicking at Cisco. They were like, yeah, we might go for Cisco, we might not. But then Liverpool came in and literally said, you know what? We'll get Isak now. And now they started to panic. All their bids, like if you notice, João Pedro is not the main striker. Mbeumo is not basically a main striker. Like none of the players, apart from Ekitike, is a number one striker that can lead the line. None of the others, they lap a second striker. I think that they still they thought that Isak would stay.
Can I say something?
They assumed that Isak would stay because they got Champions League. They assumed it. But
can I say
that wasn't what Isak?
I think the original plan for Liverpool was to sign either Ekitike or Isak at the very start. However, the situation that happened with Diogo Jota had really twisted the club, being like, we need to get another striker. Because I think the original plan was either Ekitike or Isak's play comes in, Jota will still be at the club, and Nunez was already planned on leaving beforehand. He already made it clear, I want to go back to Europe, or I want to go to Europe, or I want to leave the club. So that was the original plan. But ever since the tragedy that happened with Jota, we're like, we need to get another striker. Nunez has already made his mind up, and now we need to go in and bring in another striker on top. So we had to go and get both Isak and Ekitike. And people saying that Jota has nothing to do with it, it clearly does. It does. We weren't going to go in for Isak and Ekitike beforehand, just to let Jota be the third choice striker. It made no sense.
It's literally the messiest transfer I've ever seen. Like, you've created a situation where the owner of the club can't afford to let him go, but they can't afford to keep him. And it's actually a genius because you had to play Newcastle. And if Isak was playing last night and was happy, it might have been another result. Maybe it wouldn't have been so charged. But, now that I feel like there's no winners from the situation now. Like, either they keep him against his will and he's like a prisoner for 6 months or a year, or they let him go to you guys, and there's just going to be constant tears for another year over that situation. So I don't know. The
thing is, and this is what, because because all the media and everyone have kind of just hyped this up to just a ridiculous way. All Liverpool have done is declared interest in a player and made one bid. That's all Liverpool have done. That's it. Like, to everyone to say,
the bid derogatory.
Blah, blah, blah. It isn't really, because we've made one bid and Newcastle have rejected us so badly that we thought there was no way of us even being able to make another bid, because there's no point. So we made a bid. They probably said F off, and we just went, okay, let's just leave it there. And Isak's the one that's done all of the work, all of the groundwork, making himself, you know, I'm not going to play for you again, broken promises, all of this stuff, which at the end of the day will come out in the wash. And it will come out that he probably did have all of these agreements in place. And it's the fact that Liverpool have just sat there and gone, okay, we'll just see how it plays out. And eventually, when the time is right, if Newcastle approach us and Newcastle say, okay, look, we need to sell him now because he's not going to play for us, then we'll make another bid. That's not a messy. That's not a messy drama. That's actually just doing a tactically right thing and just waiting for the best moment. Otherwise, there's no point us going, all right, and here's 115 million, here's 120 million, here's 125 million, and it just ends up being nonsense like that.
Like, but when the club that you're competing with, they visualize themselves competing with you guys, you might not see them as rivals, right? Like when we bid for Suarez 40 mil plus £1, that was insulting to you guys because someone had let it know about the thing. And you guys basically said, okay, I understand we've got an agreement for 40 million, but you're not going. And Suarez was like, well, okay, I guess I'm staying, right? But it's that as soon as you get in there and put something in their mind, it's like an indecent proposal, you know? It's like,
Martin, you forgot one big thing. You forgot one big thing. It was Gerald had a phone call as far as being like, "Why are you going Arsenal? They're shit. Go to Barca. We'll stay one season. We'll go to Barca instead." And then he was like, "Okay, fine." That's literally what happened. I think Gerald said it. I think in his book, he was like, "I had to convince Suarez to stay so that he stays one season, then he could go off to Barcelona." So that's
but
why.
You know that he did have like a legally binding kind of agreed, written down release clause that was just completely ignored by the club because they chose to like not let the player go, right? Like he might have changed his mind later, but in that moment, and it would have been a huge moment for us having Suarez. It changed the futures of our club.
You know what the problem is I actually, wallah, I'm being completely honest. I was reading Indy Kyla's tweet earlier today, and I actually retweeted the tweet, and I said something about like what he said. Literally, this is how the tweet reads, right? Like this is how the tweet reads. Okay, it says this. I'm just trying to find it because I was right there. It says something about. Here you go. This is his tweet from yesterday, right? Eddie Howe needs to be backed by Newcastle. He knows Isak staying will cause bigger issues within the squad. What is this? Is this journalism now? What is this? What are you trying to say here? Are you like, well, what is this? This is journalism now? Like, imagine if Ornstein is saying, yeah, by the way, Arsenal need to sell Saliba because he's causing trouble out there. What is this?
Indy Carla was a Liverpool fan that worked at KFC.
Like, is this? No, but they changed. I thought that account changed. And that's what made me believe that.
Yeah, they sold the account.
Yes, that's what makes me believe. When some Newcastle fans come out and say there is a planned agenda and PR to push that narrative against Isak and Newcastle, and he needs to go and all the stuff, and everyone keep pushing it. You keep Isak, leave. He has to go to Liverpool. It all goes hand in hand with it. If this is an unbiased journalist like Ornstein, like Fabrizio Romano, that say he wants Liverpool, but Newcastle don't want to sell, he wants Liverpool, they need to sign strikers, blah, blah, to come out and say shit like this, I'm like, what is this? What? Like, I was looking at this and like, what do you mean? But Eddie Howe needs to be backed by Newcastle. He knows Isak. No, he doesn't know that. And he never told you this shit. You're not in the room with him. Like, he never told you this shit. Like, he never told you this shit.
Celebrated in his car saying, yeah. Like, I don't know if he's making up stuff.
Like, what is this? What is this? Like, and that's what I keep saying. Like, it's adding gas to the fire all the time. I'm like,
yeah.
Anyway, I think at the end, the meeting is there. I think Liverpool will pay 135 to 140 million. And I think Newcastle will sell even if they get one striker. And Newcastle will survive until January, try to find another striker. Isak is going to get his wish to move to Liverpool. I believe that is the situation now. That is what's going to happen. It's impossible now to actually get Isak, right? It's impossible now to keep Isak at Newcastle.
The ties have been severed. It's been severed so bad.
Like, even though Craig Hope keeps saying that there is a way back, you need to you can get an apology and all the stuff. Craig Hope started saying this 2 days ago. Like, the tone had changed 2 days ago. And I think that tone was trying to get the message to Isak when he comes in to try to convince him to stay. Like, kid, there is a way to come back to Papa, come back to the family, we'll integrate you again, we'll give you a new contract. But I think he told him, fuck off, no, I'm not playing for you again. I don't know why he would do that. I'm being serious, but it is up to him. He wants to go to Liverpool.
Look, one thing that people need to look at is who was at the Newcastle game last night.
I don't know.
The owners were at the Newcastle game. Like, there's a reason why the owners are there. It's because Liverpool are there. It's because probably Michael Edwards was there, and there's probably conversations that are going to get had. And what I've been told, whether it's true or not, is right about Wirtz. 138 million is the magic number. That's what I've been told. 138 million is the magic number. So when you see 138 million, then I know that the source I got told by was right. And that's with all the add-ons. So
the amount of red cartel crap we're going to have to listen to from Newcastle fans.
At the end of the day, the guy has been absolutely scapegoated. Like, all he wants is to move to a bigger club. Like,
we're not going there, Kmack. If you go there, you're not gonna like what I say. We're not gonna like what I say. You're not gonna like what I say. I like this.
Because Liverpool fans know about that.
I respect his wishes to go to a bigger club. I respect it. It is fine. It's the same when Coutinho wanted to move to Barcelona. It's the same when people leave from Inter to go somewhere else. That is fine. That happens all the time. No. Okay. Trent is out of contract. You have no upper hand here. He didn't force his way out. Trent
it goes back to a point of, like, he wants to go to Madrid. That's it.
It doesn't matter. I don't care. Trent, if Trent wanted to go to Cremonese, it's his right. He's out of contract. He rejected a new contract. It's Liverpool's fault that they didn't give him a contract, but also Trent's fault that he hid it from the fans. The fans kept asking, why are you not renewing? But that's just our situation now. There is a player that has 3 years left. His contract that gets paid. He had a promise made to him. I'm going to repeat again the story for the people that didn't hear it. There was a promise made to him about our wages. That sporting director left. A new one came in. That new one took the offer, took the salary increase off the table. And he's like, oh, how is that happen? He's right. And now he wants to move to Liverpool. I hear it. All of this, I hear it. But striking, forcing your way out of the club like this without even having Newcastle to sit at the table with Liverpool to negotiate, that is different. Because if in 1 year, 2 years, he does this to Liverpool, everyone, I will have the same. The problem is, I will have the same opinion. Other people will be crying, and we know who. You guys will say why. I will have the same opinion that you cannot do this. Be respectful. Let Newcastle negotiate with Liverpool. Let Liverpool get close to the valuation or the whatever they're asking, 140 million. And now we're going to all say that Newcastle, it's your fault that you don't want the guy to go. He got you British record money or whatever money you want. That is my opinion. I'm staying it. 110, 120 is way below what they want. You get 140, you get 145. It's up to you.
But Mo, we didn't have a negotiation because they didn't give us any inclination that they would negotiate.
But great. Did Liverpool, let me tell you, did Liverpool negotiate for Diaz? Or you flat out rejected the bids? One bid rejected. I can go to the tweet. I have them. Diaz bid number 1 rejected by Barcelona. From Barcelona. Diaz bid number 1, Bayern Munich rejected.
At the early stages, it was first rejected.
And there was no coming back with a price. There was like, he's not for sale.
Not for sale.
Second bid rejected by Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich came back. Third bid, even though Liverpool told him, fuck off, he's not for sale. we're not selling the guy. They kept coming back with a bid. Why? Because Diaz wanted them, right? But Bayern Munich came back, sat at the table, and then at the end, they negotiated a few with Liverpool. What Liverpool did, right, is they said, here is 110. No. Okay, no. Let me rewind.
Take it or leave it.
No. Let me rewind. Liverpool inquired 120 first. Unofficial bid. Newcastle said, bro, he's not for sale. He's not for sale.
200
and then
million.
Liverpool is like 120 million. It's
200 million, Newcastle said. 200 million at first.
150 million, that was back in the days. And I'm telling you that that's the timeline. 120 million, the unofficial bid, right? Newcastle said no. So Liverpool left the table. Came back 2 weeks later and said, how about 110 official bid? What do you think about that? And like Newcastle, like, are you taking the piss? We just rejected 120 and you'll come back with 110. Liverpool said, okay, we're not bidding again until you tell us what you want. Until you sign strikers and you tell us. I believe what Liverpool should have done, but it's up to them to do whatever they want. It's their negotiation tactics. Come back with 130, 140. And say, here's 140, Isak. We didn't abandon you, kid. We are here for you. You want us, we want you. Here is 135, here is 140, whatever. If Newcastle are rejected, it's on you to convince them to let us go. You know who did this? Gyokeres did this. Gyokeres did this with Arsenal as well. The Gyokeres said, Arsenal, come back to the table. I will give away something from my wages. I will fight the president to make it happen.
Isak's not giving that money away, mate.
Exactly that.
Why not, though? Like,
exactly that. People in the chat, we had a talk before the show started about the loyalty bonus that Isak doesn't want to give away. He doesn't want to give it up. He doesn't want to give that 15 million pound up. He doesn't want to. He's like, I want my move and I want my loyalty bonus. And that is why he doesn't want to hand the transfer request. That is one of the reasons that people don't know. I read about this yesterday, and I know you guys did too. I know Mac and Ram, you read about that. He doesn't want to hand the transfer request because it's 15 million he's owed as a loyalty bonus. He doesn't want to give it up, right? So my point about this, which is Liverpool fans can take it however they want. If Liverpool don't come back and convince Newcastle with the right money, it doesn't have to be 150, it can be 140, it can be something close to that, like what Andy Kyle and Craig Hope said. They abandoned Isak. They put him in this situation and they told him, it's on you. It's all about, it's the money thing. It's the money. That is my opinion about it.
It's always about the money.
I still think we're going to put the money in. I still think we're going to put around about 135.
They are. This is the thing. It's between 135 and 140. That's
yeah.
I think it's going to be like, here's the money. What, as in, like, we're going to try and twist Newcastle's hand with it being like.
And I think you should. And at that time, once Liverpool offered that, Newcastle at fault. A player wants to go. You got offered close to the money that you wanted him to leave for. Let him go. Don't be an asshole.
It's the perfect timing as well. They literally came out that Strand Larsen's been rejected, and also Visa's been rejected as well. Their bids were too low, and this is like, you need money for Visa and Larsen, we'll give you that money.
But they don't need money.
100%.
This is PIF, right? Like they've got unlimited money, and I think
they don't have money, Martin.
Here.
They don't have money, Martin. Just before you go on, Martin, they don't have the money that they have is their money. The club doesn't.
No, but the issue is that they can give the club money. They can do a loan to the club, right? And the club can spend that money. The issue was like headroom within PSR and all that kind of stuff. I think they're fine for that, right? They could get Visa without, having to sell Isak or whatever, right? But I don't understand the story of how the timeline of events happened, because it seems to me Liverpool and Isak came to an agreement somewhere during the second part of last season where it was like, hush, hush, we'll come for you in the summer, get your ducks in a row, and we'll come and get you. And like Isak says he's got these agreements with Newcastle, but I don't understand how Newcastle would ever agree to him leaving. So if he was saying that the agreements are about a new contract, I don't understand why Newcastle wouldn't give him a new contract with more money, right? Like they've got that ability and they don't want to lose their assets. So somewhere along the line, someone's like lying, or like the whole thing just doesn't seem to make sense, because
no one is lying. It makes a lot of sense, Martin.
No, but Isak is kicking his toys out of the Prem because he said he got some agreement to go and that they betrayed his word, and that statement, right? Like
the agreement that he would be allowed to go if a club bid over 100 million, which is what Liverpool bid. That was
how
the
do you
agreement.
know that? Okay, here we go again. Oh my God, here we go again. I think people do this to annoy the shit out of me. I think you do this to annoy me on purpose. Where did you hear this? Where did you hear that 100 million will let him go leave the club?
It's in the Daily Mail. It's in the Daily Mail.
No, it says that Isak was under the impression that 100 million will make him go. Where did you hear an agreement? Bro, Isak himself didn't actually say in his statement that he was promised to leave the club. Like Victor Gyokeres was flat out said, I was promised to leave the club with his. It's not from people. He had
people close to the club and Isak's agents.
Does it make sense to you? Would Newcastle ever agree to that?
Okay. Kmack. Where was it reported that Newcastle promised him to leave for 100 million?
It was in the Daily Mail.
Isak thought, it says that in the article. He was under the impression.
He thought.
It literally says he was under the impression that 100 million will let him go.
Kmack, we're not doing gentleman's agreement. I thought we learned.
Okay, no, we're not doing gentleman's agreements.
No, hold on. No, I am doing gentleman's agreement. No, I'm doing I believe if he was promised to move for 100 million, Newcastle are fuckers and they should let him go. Because Liverpool offered 110.
They would never agree to that, right? Like, why would they agree
to that? Logically speaking, are you guys think that really Newcastle, someone sat with Alexander Isak in a room and told him, by the way, mate, you are the best striker one of the best strikers in the league. We'll let you go if someone bid 100 million. Does anybody really believe this? Anyone?
That'd be insane.
That'd be insane, right? I'll be crazy. If I believe that is what happened, I'll be crazy. I'll be nuts. I believe I told you the timeline. He literally said promises were made, and Newcastle journalists never denied that there was a promise made. About what? About wages.
Yeah.
About the wages. They never promised him to leave the club. And by the way, they never denied that promises were broken about the wages. Craig Hope said, yeah, Amanda Stavely sat with him and promised him a salary increase, a wage increase. They literally said that. He said that on Sky. So they broke their promises 100%, right? But it was never
why didn't
reported.
They just give him more money then, and then the whole problem
They
goes
offered
away?
him more money, but he's like, I'm gonna tell you the truth. To be honest with you, Isak is like a little kid, right? I'm gonna tell you what happened. He's like a little kid, right? It's not Liverpool's fault. It's Isak's fault. This is what Isak did. Amanda Stevens. This is my opinion, guys. And if you want to debate it, debate it. There's Mac, there's Ram, there's Martin here.
We're just trying to understand.
Three adults. We're trying to understand. Amanda Stavely said, you're one of the best strikers. We're going to offer you 200, whatever, 200 something K. Amanda Stavely left, right? And then the new sporting director came and said, no, we'll not offer you the new contract. I believe what happened later is the owners got interfered and said, listen, we have to offer him a new contract now. He's unhappy. Right? He's the best striker. He's one of the best strikers in the league. So they offered him a new contract. But at that time, his head was turned by someone at Liverpool that promised him the move. So he's like, I'm not accepting the contract. I don't want the new contract. And that's why he rejected 3 new contracts, or 2. That's what Craig Hope said, 2 or 3 new contracts. Comes the summer, Newcastle said, okay, you're not for sale. We're still giving you a new contract. But if you want to be sold, it's a fuck off price, 150 plus million. They started with 200 million, then they went down to 150 plus. Correct?
I like that whole story, except for the part where the new sporting director said, no, we're not going to give you more money. Like, he's obviously the most valuable
This is the
asset.
only fact. This is the only fact that it's actually reported by Craig Hope. He literally released an article. Who's that Paul Mitchell? He said Paul Mitchell mistake. That he didn't offer him a new contract. So that he took away the contract.
That's insanity.
So they promised him something and they took the promise away about the wages. That is big mistake, by the way, from Newcastle.
Something else also happened.
Who's checking my WhatsApp?
This as well is when he was told by Paul Mitchell that he couldn't have a new contract, it was because of PSR constraints. That was what he was told.
Yes.
I can't give you a new contract because of PSR constraints, and you've still got 3 years left. A couple of months later, he then gave Anthony Gordon a new deal and doubled his wages. And that's where the broken promises were with Isak. And that's where he lost his confidence with Newcastle, because he was lied to. Because they didn't have PSR constraints, because they gave Anthony Gordon a new deal. And that's where it all comes from. That's why that post is very specific about stuff. So you didn't trust the club?
It's a weird one. It's because I've seen this happen in business.
Why are you giving Andy Gordon a new deal when your guys just scored you 27 goals? Like you said,
it's different because I've seen this happen. I've seen this happen at work as well. Like a manager's offered 2 people like a bonus on their contracts, promotion, everything like that. But one of the contracts gets sorted. However, the manager left before the other one got sorted, and then the new manager came in and took that contract away. Is not being lied to, but it's a mess. It's a mess because people have got 2 different ideas of what's going on, and it seems as though the Newcastle hierarchy were like, "Crap, we've made a absolute mess of the situation. We need to try and fix it as soon as possible." So they went to Isak's house, tried to convince him. However, like Mo said, someone, I think maybe either Hughes or Edwards or someone at the club made the move to Liverpool a possibility, waxed lyrical about Liverpool and turned his head. And that's why he was like, I
don't want, because they offered him 200k, which is the highest paid player at the club, 200 plus K, I think, if I'm not mistaken. He said no, because Bruno Guimaraes is the one that makes the most, 160. So they offered him 200, if I'm not mistaken. And he said no.
Including bonuses as well.
I don't want the 200k. I want the move now. And that's why he sat with, what's his name, Eddie Howe, and said, I don't want to play again. I want to leave and I want to go. Anyway.
One thing, Mo,
but Sean, you're saying 12 months later. No. But you need to understand. I'm sorry. You need to understand, Sean, that there is a new sporting director, and these things take time because the new manager in any job, it takes time for him. It's a mistake from the owners that they should honor the gentleman's agreement and the agreements that they made with players. But that mistake about 12 months later is not warranted. All this fuss that he did and not go to training and faking injuries and all of this.
He hasn't faked an injury, Mo. He hasn't faked an injury. Eddie Howe's come out and said he had a thigh strain. He had an injury.
So he had an injury?
He had an injury.
I thought everyone knew that he faked an injury.
He didn't fake an injury.
I don't know.
He came and seen the club medic.
I don't know if the thing that Eddie Howe said was true. That's the thing. Eddie Howe said it was a thigh strain, but we don't know if it's true or not. That's the problem.
But he has to protect. Like, he's not gonna come out and say that he lied. Like, can we just be realistic here? Like, he's not gonna come out and say Isak lied. We didn't take him because he lied and he said I have an injury.
Quick thing on what you said, because obviously there's a massive similarity between Isak's transfer and obviously Coutinho's transfer to Barcelona. There is one way of how this mess can all be sorted.
Liverpool bidding 150 million tomorrow or 145.
Or Isak, that, and also Isak put a transfer request.
Now Newcastle gonna sell him for 120. You put a transfer request, 120, 125. Newcastle are selling him.
The one thing that Coutinho did that Isak never did, he formally put in a transfer request. I want to leave Liverpool.
By the way, transfer request doesn't grant you anything other than it makes you basically you're given free money to the club that you're leaving, and that's why the fee will be lower. That's basically what happens, right? And I don't know, but to be honest, do you guys want solution? If Liverpool bid the money tomorrow and they get one player, they're selling. They're selling.
I got another question. Is Isak worth 150 million?
No.
Based on the market, yes, Martin.
Based on the market, but like, would you rather have?
But it doesn't matter,
Isak,
Martin.
Or would you rather have like an Eze, Gyokeres, and Zubimendi for the same price? I mean, I know we're not talking exact, but like, you could literally get 3 good players for that price that'll all increase in value, where you're guaranteeing that Isak.
Sometimes a player like this is like the difference maker between winning the Champions League and the league or not winning them. Like,
he's not worth 150 million, man.
In my opinion, he is.
Even in today's market, he's not.
Okay. I have the explanation. No one else explained it to me, right? I have the explanation. No one else explained it. He's 25 years old, almost 26, prime. Okay, very simple. Harry Kane was the same money 4 years ago or 5 years ago. Number 2, the market dictates the price. For example, if everyone is selling milk tomorrow for $10, that means the bigger gallon of milk is worth $15. If 1 gallon of like half a gallon is worth 10, gallon is worth 20. Declan Rice was sold for 100 2 years ago. Caicedo was sold for 105 3 years ago now. These are midfielders. The hardest position to get in football nowadays is a striker that gets you goals. That by itself add to the value of the player 40 to 50%. We all know this. Strikers are the ones that are very rare now in the world, correct? So if Declan Rice was 100 and Caicedo was 105, basically simply stating, Isak, one of the biggest and the highest valued commodity in the league currently, is basically only 50% more of a Declan Rice who's a midfielder. I don't know
That's
how
not the
else.
market,
It's
man.
very simple.
That's not the market now.
It's just the market.
Okay.
Does the market go down now in players or something?
Name me the transfer market for strikers in the Premier League who's just been sold. How much did they go for? Mbuemo, 72.
Gyokeres was 55. Ekitike was what, 75 something?
Yeah, 69. Ekitike was.
So Ekitike is 75. That's
And you
total
got
package.
Sesko
75. 79. Ekitike
20.
was 79 total package, right? So let's say 80 million.
Half
Right,
an Isak.
79 million.
80. By the way, if we say 40 million, that's not half an Isak. And Isak has one thing over Ekitike, which is called Prem experience, right? Prem experience.
I was talking
That's
about
the
Premier League
reality.
strikers. I was talking about Premier League strikers.
The one difference between you
Mbuemo's not a striker. Cunha's not a striker. He's not an out number 9. João Pedro's not an out number 9. Delap had no value because he was at Ipswich basically, and he's
I'm
young.
just talking-
Is Isak an out and out number 9, or is he more like a guy that drifts
100%.
around?
Isak is an
and
out and
goes?
out number 9.
he's a number 9. He's a number 9.
He's definitely a number 9.
But he's like out on the wing beating a guy. He's not like a bulky 9 that just stays in the middle and waits for everyone to kick him the ball. He's like very involved. I think he's a bit more than that. Anyway,
No, for
Technically.
Newcastle,
He's more,
he's an out and
he's
out.
more even than a number 9. I believe he's okay. Isak is probably the best forward currently in terms of like strikers in the league currently, in terms of a complete forward. He's better than Haaland, he's better than Gyokeres, he's better than Sesko, he's better than Ekitike.
Salah?
On paper, no, Salah is a winger. Salah was compared
yeah,
to
but
Saka. I'm
he's a
talking about an
striker
outside
winger or
forward.
whatever. I don't know.
Isak is
So how
not a
much is
striker.
Haaland
winger.
worth? How much is Haaland worth?
Currently,
50
probably like
million.
the same 150, 180 million now. That's the price. No.
Really? They signed him for 53 million,
Okay,
didn't they?
for a Premier League club, from
Yeah, but
Haaland,
he's-
from a Premier League to a Premier League club, is different than selling Haaland
So
to
that's the
Barcelona or Real
reason why.
Madrid.
That's the only reason why everybody thinks is
Which is why, but
it's because he's Premier League to Premier League.
which is, yeah, but that counts. Which is why Declan Rice. Okay, do you believe
Okay,
that Declan Rice?
okay.
Okay,
Premier
hold on,
League's
Kmack.
Premier
Let me
League,
ask.
bro.
I want to ask
He's
a question.
signing from Newcastle.
If
Not
okay,
signing
hold
from
on.
Arsenal.
Hold
or
on,
Manchester
hold on,
City. He's
hold
signing
on.
from Newcastle.
If Declan Rice was sold from West Ham to Atletico Madrid, how much do you think Atletico Madrid would buy him for, or Barcelona?
They wouldn't pay 100 million for him.
He wouldn't.
80.
No, Declan Rice isn't 100 million
80,
pound
70,
player.
right? 75 would
100
be
million
fair.
pound.
They'll
80.
pay less than 100. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's about
but because
60,
Declan Rice was
70
sold from.
million
By the way,
pound
your
max.
argument. By the way, your argument that he's going
And then
from
you're-
Newcastle.
Then you're talking about
Hold on,
Chelsea
Mac.
players.
Hold on,
Come on.
Mac. Hold
Chelsea
on,
pay
hold on.
100 million for everyone now.
Mac, hold on. Who do you think has bigger stature now in the league? Newcastle or Brighton or West Ham? Mac, the question is for you. Stature
Well,
in the league, yes.
They won a cup. And they won a cup and they've been in the Champions League.
So
Newcastle
hold
are
on.
ahead.
So you don't think that
They're not that far
Newcastle,
ahead, by the way.
they're not. So you don't think that Newcastle are far ahead from West Ham, for example? You don't.
West Ham won a Europa League, didn't they? Recently?
No, they didn't.
The
But
Conference
fine.
League.
They
Conference
didn't.
League. Okay, well, he still won a
You see
European
my
Cup.
argument here. To make your argument correct, Mac, you are saying that Newcastle are not ahead of Brighton and West Ham. In my opinion, that's disingenuous. In my opinion, because Newcastle have
I said they
players
are.
that.
I said they are, but they're not a mile.
so-
They're not miles ahead. But I said they are.
Oh, they no, compared to Brighton and West Ham, they are.
Oh
very
my
much ahead.
word!
None of those teams sniff Champions League
Brighton. Where did Brighton finish last season?
outside of conference.
Before
9th
that,
or 10th.
before that, they were there or thereabouts. Twice.
But Newcastle finished in the
Different
Champions
manager.
League twice.
Oh my.
The thing
Also
is, right?
seven
well,
points
I,
up.
again, I feel.
No, but
No.
that with all due respect, if Declan Rice goes from West Ham to Arsenal and Caicedo, who had one season in the Prem before he moved to Chelsea, for 105. You are telling me that one of the best strikers over the last 2-3 years in the Premier League is not worth at least 50% more. Number one, better position on the pitch, which is a striker. Number two, a higher club stature, right? You're telling me that his club plays in the Champions League, that he's not worth just 50% more.
No, but
70. Oh my God.
I can hit
for the £150 million player is Vinicius Junior and Mbappe. They're
Market dictates value. People.
It's also just to break down the Declan Rice transfer, though. The Declan Rice transfer, and even to an extent like Moises Caicedo transfer, you could argue that both transfer fees were inflated because two different clubs were after the player, so there was a bidding war between each club. And also with Declan Rice, everyone says I call it homegrown tax. Where if a player is homegrown, that value of a player is a lot higher compared to a player that wasn't homegrown. So Isak isn't homegrown, but Rice is. So that homegrown quota.
Is Caicedo homegrown?
But there was a bidding war. There was a bidding war between, I think, Chelsea.
No. Before the bidding war,
80.
Before the bidding war, Brighton said we are not selling Caicedo for £1 less than 100. Liverpool offered 100. Chelsea offered 105. It's literally, it's one day.
Yeah, but Brighton, they know how to take advantage of teams that are desperate for the player, right? They know, like with Baliba, for example, United came and said, we want Baliba, and they're like, okay, 120 mil, or we're not even talking to you, something like that, right? Like, so that's where an extra premium comes from, the desperation of the club. I don't think Liverpool are desperate for Isak. I think it's like a luxury item on top of what you already have.
If that is the case, it's up to them.
Well, I just think that's probably stopping this deal from going through because it's just such an eye-watering price tag to reach, and that's why I never got my hopes up about getting Isak to Arsenal, because I didn't want to go through this crap that you guys are going through. Like it just looks like a nightmare. You just end up having to pay, like what we did with Rice.
I believe tomorrow morning we'll see the price.
I still think it's not 150 million, but I think around about 120-ish because he's at his prime age. But if he was,
I swear to God, the only Liverpool fans say this shit. Like, just say this shit.
If he was homegrown,
only Liverpool fans, only Liverpool fans say this shit.
Oh my
like,
God.
I believe that. Do you believe Caicedo? Okay, hold on. Tell me something, Ram. If Caicedo is tomorrow linked to Liverpool or Man City from Chelsea, okay, how much do you think he's gonna be sold for? Okay, Chelsea today would sell Caicedo to Man City. How much do you think it's worth?
250 million.
Why?
Because he's a rival, direct rival.
Oh, because it's direct rival. So that plays at 250.
Yeah. If it's a direct rival, it will be a much more extortion compared to if it was at Barcelona or Real Madrid.
So double? Are we saying double the price? Is that double the price right away? You said 250. That is not million.
I put an
okay, how much? How much? I need a number. I need a number. How much?
I can't imagine. Probably 220, I think, realistically.
I made my point.
Because it's a direct rival.
Caicedo's a DM. Isak is a striker. By definition, strikers.
That doesn't make it that player's market value. Overall market value is how much the club rates, how much the club values that player to them. The overall market value is completely different.
I swear to God, anyway. I'm taking the price of Caicedo and Rice as the benchmark because it's literally the same. That's my benchmark. If people don't want to believe it, it's fine. I give up.
No, you're entitled to what you think it is, and we're entitled to what we think it is as well.
100%. No, you're absolutely right. It's up to you. That's why it's a debate. It's a YouTube. It's a YouTube show. It's a YouTube show. No, exactly. You're absolutely entitled. At the end, none of us is right or wrong. At the end, what dictates the market is how Newcastle value him or how Liverpool value him, because this is the buying club and that's the selling club. Basically, that is the case.
Because Mo, even with Ekitike, right? Ekitike is not valued at 79 million pounds. He's probably valued at around about 60 million pounds.
Mm-hmm.
But we pay over because that's what Eintracht Frankfurt valued him at.
But for Isak, you shouldn't pay over because Newcastle want no. Why? How dare you? How dare we, guys?
Because
question that. How dare
because it's Premier League. You have to play over. Mo.
We value him at about 120 million. We're going to pay.
I'm saying it now.
So we are paying
Liverpool can value him for 120. Liverpool can value him for 100. I'm going to say it here, and this is my last say. If Newcastle sell the guy for 120 million, they are suckers, and I will never have respect for them again.
They won't.
Oh, perfect example. Alexis McAllister.
No, but that was
£35 million.
That was an agreement. That was an agreement.
Okay.
And I keep repeating something. I'm different. You said we forget about gentleman's agreement. I am someone who says if the club promised a player wage, a move, they should honor it. I'm saying the same. I don't change.
Isn't there also like something from the club, right? So people ask me how much would I sell Saliba for, and I'd say 150 million. And they're like, well, you're crazy. He's not worth 150 million. It's like, well, I have the contract. I get to decide his price. Newcastle has that luxury too. So obviously it's going to be a premium. But Real Madrid are never going to pay that money. And so we could have the same situation where he gets destabilized, wants to move, and then you start losing negotiating power and you have to come back to the table. But
the only thing I want, Martin, in my life now is for Isak to go to Liverpool for 130 million. It's the only thing I want in my life.
You want that in your life? So that
and then in 2 years, I want him to sign a 5-year contract for 200K. And then I want him to stop going to training. That's just because of my entertainment. To stop going to training in Liverpool in 1 year.
Dunk on Liverpool fans, that's why.
Absolutely not. Because I want to see how hypocritical we will be, all of us.
No, Mo, you know me, and I've kept it very abundant.
I know you are.
I do not like what Isak is doing. I want to say this. If someone wants to clip it. I do not like what Isak is doing. I don't like the fact he's not going into training. I don't like the fact he's almost holding the club at ransom at this point. I don't like it. I don't. What he's doing is wrong. I said it when Coutinho did the same thing. I'm going to say it when Isak is doing the same thing as well.
Let me just continue. I want Isak to score 30 goals next season for Liverpool. 30 goals. I want them to win the league, right? With him next year. And then I want him to stop going to training and say, I want to go. And I want Real Madrid to come in after selling Vinny Jr. to come in with only £100 million bid. That's it.
After 2.5 years, though, 3 years.
1 year, just 1 year. Doesn't matter. He's gonna be under contract. It doesn't matter. He's gonna be under contract.
Bro, at that point, Ekitike would be ready, isn't it? So we can sell him.
Ekitike is ready now. You don't even need Isak.
Ram, how much do we value Isak at?
If he scores 30 goals, oh my
million.
word.
180, 200.
No, you guys don't get to decide. It's the player.
Oh, it's the player. Okay.
You missed the trick before your super chats, Mo. You guys should have made up a story about Isak being like rejected from Arsenal's academy when he was like 10 years old. Created this whole sub story like Eze, because I've never seen like a player universally accepted as like it's a good happy story. He's going back to Arsenal. It's kind of funny.
Same. 150 and he doesn't want to be here. He can go. Same for Newcastle, Sean.
But the Eze story was true. Even I think Mo even said it. If Arsenal put a bid in for Eze, he's going to Arsenal. That's
100%. Yeah.
Everyone said it. Everyone knew he's an Arsenal fan. He is not.
Yeah, but imagine then Tottenham going like, "We know you're an Arsenal fan, but we're going to like take you to your most hated place on earth." And
do you want to know what happens? Do you want to know what happens? In my opinion,
they're professional.
Someone from Isak's camp told Spurs that maybe most likely Arsenal are not coming in for him. So he's like, I gotta see my future. Eze.
Oh,
someone from Eze's camp probably told him that, listen, you need to find a new club. And Spurs are like interested. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna agree going to Spurs. But then he's like, let me do that last phone call to see if Mikel Arteta want me. That's what Mikel Arteta said.
It's not
right. That's what Arteta said.
It's not out of the realms of possibility. I mean, Tottenham's captain was an Arsenal fan, Tim Sherwood. He was an Arsenal fan. Like it happens. Heck, our vice captain was an Evertonian.
He would have gone to Spurs, guys. He would have gone to Spurs if there was.
Oh yeah,
he's not gonna stay at Crystal Palace. This is a professional footballer. Like he wants to play football and in the
I know, but look at his story. Like he's crying. He just wants to get like his whole life has just been a hole in his life since he got rejected from Arsenal. So like you're denying him that chance to go home. You're saying, "Come, we'll pay you. It'll be great." But
go ahead, Mac, because I wanted to tell Martin something. Go ahead, Mac.
With the Eze deal, like Tottenham had that deal done. Like all he had to do was pay the release clause, but they didn't. They decided to haggle and try and throw Richarlison in.
I don't think it's their fault. I don't blame Levy. I think that Eze was holding out for Arsenal from like months ago. We sold Crystal Palace. We'll buy Eze. You guys go get another player to replace him, and then we'll come and get him later. And then Spurs tried to hurry up as much as they could, but if you don't have the player agreement, they kept stalling him.
Eze did what Alisson did a couple of seasons ago, because Alisson was holding out for Liverpool, and even Chelsea got everything sorted. The deal was available, everything was ready, but Alisson was holding out for Liverpool. Eze did the exact same thing. He was waiting and waiting and waiting for Arsenal. Then someone at Arsenal was like, Eze is going to go to Tottenham, and then they end up sorting everything out in the space of like.
Eze called and said, "I'm going to Tottenham." Yeah. Like, hang on, let me sort this out. Sorry, Mo.
I'll tell you what, though, it'll be hilarious, won't it? If he's won 2 trophies with Crystal Palace and then he wins nothing with Hughes.
Bermuda Gunnar, he will stay and get more money and a release clause. He will get a release clause, more money, and he will stay.
I think we'll put a release clause in.
I actually think that the ball now is in Liverpool's hand. If Liverpool submit a bid that is acceptable, Newcastle are going to sell. That's it.
Mo, I wish that would happen. I am tired of this Isak news. I just want us to put the money down.
What would you do if you were Newcastle, Mo? Would you say, give me 6 months and I'll sell you for 100 mil and you can go where you want? Or would you say, get out?
If I was Newcastle,
yeah,
I would call Liverpool and say 140, he's yours. And I would tell him to give up his loyalty bonus. Total package, 120 or 110 with 30, and make it like 10 easy. Like if he scores 20 goals or 15 goals, they get like 5. If they make Champions League, he gets like Gyokeres stuff, you know. And then there is like, if they win the league, they get another 5. If they win the Champions, they get 5.
Ballon d'Or clause.
No, not Ballon d'Or, but yeah, that can be there. That can be like there are ways to get that. Like there are ways to actually make it look respectful for Newcastle. Actually, there are ways to make it 150 million total package, but making it like, because what Newcastle need now is to save face. If they're going to sell the guy, you need to save face. If you sell him for less than what you said, or sell him for way less, like you can sell him for 140. If you sell him for 120, you basically got slapped by the player and by Liverpool. Nobody will respect you ever again. Your players won't even respect you because they can force the move out. If Gyokeres, if Livramento let's imagine Livramento gets tapped by City next season and they want him. You can just say, well, fuck you. You got slapped last year by Isak and Liverpool and you were forced to sell. What is stopping him from doing that? I said that. Go ahead, Mac. Sorry.
No, just I think Liverpool have genuinely said to them, look, we're not going to bid again until you get another striker. So they need to sign they need to sign a striker anyway, because Anthony Gordon's banned for 3 games.
You guys should just go sign Strand, Larson, and Visser and just completely rub it in.
Do you want the truth? I think actually Liverpool should, but the problem is Crystal Palace will not sell. They should offer total £100 million package, less 80 million pound for Mateta and Gay, or 70 or something like this. Just a package. Get Mateta and Gay.
That's what I'd like to do.
No, bro, money on the table, 70 million pounds on the table up front now. Gay and Mateta come to Liverpool, and then they got the backup striker, they got the backup centre back. Everything is ready for Liverpool to win the league. Simple as that.
And then Crystal Palace get relegated.
And then Crystal Palace get relegated. Glasner resigns the next day. You know, he got nobody.
We could use that 135 and we can get Adam Wharton as well.
Can I give you even better?
Just take all their players.
Can I give you a better deal? They can actually offer them Harvey Elliott plus 30 million or 40 million, get Gay and Mateta, done deal. Here you go.
And Wharton.
No, Wharton is by himself 100 million. Mo as a Chelsea fan,
70, 80
Mo as Chelsea fan, afraid of Liverpool, normal reaction. Yes, football knowledge. In this chat, I was called the Gooner, I was called the Chelsea fan, and yesterday I was called, this channel is anti-Arsenal. This channel is a Liverpool fan. I love it.
You wear the colours of Chelsea, though.
You got to pick a team, or you'll just end up with everyone hating you.
Wallahi, Martin, if I pick a team, I'll be on 200,000 subs tomorrow within 2-3 days, right? But I will lose all my credibility.
What's Inter done for you, bro?
What's Liverpool done for you?
Inter's given you pain the last 6 months.
Made me older.
They gave me a lot of pain. Liverpool gave Mac pain for 30 years, apart from that night at Istanbul.
Hey.
Dialda, pay up or fuck off. Also, please like the stream. Guys, wallahi, we still have 800 people. We're not even on 300. Guys, in the next 2 minutes, because we're about to end the stream, let's get to 400 likes. It's embarrassing that we only have 290 likes and we still have 800 people in the house. Guys, 400 likes minimum.
If something we said triggered you, hit the like button. If you're getting entertained.
Kmack, I need that stuff that you smoke.
I don't smoke.
Okay.
I don't smoke.
O'Malley, big up O'Malley. I believe that Isak to Liverpool deal will happen, but if it doesn't, who does Liverpool sign? They are for sure short 1, if not 2 attackers. Who you guys think you're gonna sign?
Jean-Claude Philippe Mateta. Oh, I don't know. That's
nobody.
That's who I'd want.
Nobody.
Chiesa. Chiesa would be our striker.
Forward.
He's so cute, Chiesa. He looks like he's just like on holidays. He's on like, I don't know, school excursion or something.
I know. Sam told me who they're gonna sign, and I believe it's actually true. I believe it's gonna happen.
What?
If they don't sign? Sam is the one that put this idea in my mind. Julian Alvarez from Atletico Madrid, 120 million on the table.
He won't move.
He already wants the move.
Too difficult.
He won't move back to England, man. And Atleti will not sell him this late.
Why not?
What do you mean? Why not? Who do they get?
Doesn't matter. Atleti is not winning anything anyway.
I'll take the Isak money and go buy the
point of view. Atletico's point of view. Who will they get?
I don't know.
Exactly.
But anyway, wow, this show was supposed to be an hour, but it's very entertaining show, guys. See, guys, you are entertained, but you're not hitting the like. Thank you so much. Kmack Channel is in the description. Mac is live every day talking Liverpool, so you guys go and support Kmack Channel. It's in the description. It's the only channel in the description, so hit that like button. Ram doesn't do shows, of course, so
it will happen soon.
But the Ram stand, of course, I can put it in the description as well. Martin, thank you for being here. Ads couldn't make it, but he's gonna. Tomorrow, I got a fire show for you. It's Jimmy Spliff, Mike Tass, Gunnar Souls, and I don't know who else, but Patrick as well. I will see you guys tomorrow, and we're out of here, people.
Peace.